Welcome back, guys, to our lesson 2, multiplying and dividing to find equivalent fractions. So we are going to either multiply or divide to find equivalent fractions. We have been given 2 fractions. So we have 5 over 6, we have 25 over 30. We have 5 over 6, we have 25 over 30. Now the next thing to do is we will check what number was multiplied by 5 to get 25, or what number was divided by 5 to get this. So you have to check. I said before in the previous video, when the fraction on your left is small and the fraction on your right is big, depending on how the arrow is moving, it means you are multiplying. So there is an increase in this case. When the fraction on your left is bigger than the fraction on your right, it means you are reducing or we are dividing. So in this case, we see it is an increase because the number here is small, and going to this side, the number is big. So it's going to be an increase, that is multiplication. So we have here 5 multiplying what number to give us 25. So we can quickly check our table of 5. 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 2 is 10. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20. And 5 times 5 is 25. So we see 5 times 5 should give us 25. I simply write my multiplier times 5. Now, the next thing you have to know is the same thing you do up should be the same thing that will happen down. You cannot put here times 5 and you put here times 4. It is wrong. So the same thing, once you have done for the first case, automatically it repeats itself for the second case. So here we are going to have 6 times 5 automatically gives us 30. 6 times 5 gives us 30. Let's look at example 2. Again, we have here 2 over 7 and we have here 8 over 28. So you can see it is from a smaller fraction moving to a bigger fraction. So that means an increase, or we should multiply. So I will check again my table of 2. That gives me 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. So it means that 2 times 4 gives us 8. So it means this fraction has been multiplied by 4 to get 8. Then the next thing you do is the same thing you do at the numerator should be the same thing down. So when we check our 7 times table, again we can use the same method. If we check our 7 times table, we will realize 7 times 4 gives us 28. So it means here should also be times 4. Now looking at the last question, we will see 12 over 18 on the left and 2 over 3 on the right. So it means there was a decrease. It means we have been reduced. We are reducing the fraction 12 over 18 to the fraction 2 over 3. So we can check in the table of 2 first. So we are going to have again 2 times 1 is equal to 2. 2 times 2 is equal to 4. 2 times 3 is 6. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 6 is 12. So we see that 2 times 6 is 12. But now it is a reduction. It means we are going to do the opposite of multiplication is what? Division. So we are going to divide 12 by 6 to get 2. So we are going to write here divided by 6. So the same thing we do at the top should be the same thing we do at the bottom. So we will realize also in the table of 3 that 3 times 6 is 18. So we do the opposite, which is division. So when we divide 18 by 6, we are going to have 3. Thank you for watching.